Good
Good
morning.
morning,
Oh
good
no,
morning,
no,
good
no,
morning,
no,
everybody.
no, no, no. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Right, good afternoon. New time, new date. For real, for real. Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy J Day and your girl.
Jody.
And we spill the tea, bring your tea without the honey because it ain't sweet. It ain't sweet at
It ain't
all.
sweet at all.
How's
Oh my
everybody doing
goodness.
this morning?
I hope everybody's doing well. We're doing well. We come back in full effect. I'm trying to see. Can you see us on Facebook, Jay?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can see it's on Facebook.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh,
See what
okay.
I got? I'm actually in the group page. See, we have two different pages, so I'm trying to figure out like if we're in the if I'm on the group page or if I'm on the regular page.
Okay, well, I'm on one of the pages too. I just didn't see it on my phone.
Nigel Frazier, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good
All
morning.
right. Good morning, Nigel. Good morning. Good
Yes.
morning. I tell you,
Happy
we
New
back, y'all.
Yeah, happy New Year to all those. I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year, man. For me, I brought in New Year actually sick. I was sick. I think we had, talked about it previously in our little last week. I was sick with the coronavirus, so that's pretty much how I was feeling.
Mm.
But my symptoms were pretty mild, I guess, due to the fact that I had taken the corona shot or whatever. But now, the government's trying to force healthcare workers. They're mandating healthcare workers to take a booster. Yeah,
Oh,
this is supposed to be going in effect real soon, and I'm really on the fence about it because I took
Johnson and Johnson.
the Johnson and Johnson shot, which they said was just a one. Me too. I blame you. Nigel said he blamed me. Nah. We have all been exposed. You ain't listen. I caught it from somebody. I know who I caught the corona from. I knew because she was literally at the job sick, and then she came up to me, hugging me, titties all in my face. So she ended up testing positive, and then maybe a day later, I ended up testing positive.
Wow.
I'm at work, feverish. So I'm thinking, okay, it felt more flu-like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'll just go ahead and go to my doctor on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't happened. Somebody called the director. Okay, the director came downstairs and was like, we heard that you were sick.
Uh-oh.
I was just like, I was just like, what you
Uh-oh.
mean? I said, well, I know I'm not feeling well or whatever. And he was like, no, 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 no. You're going to triage yourself in the emergency room. I was trying to avoid that emergency room pay, because there's a copay,
Yeah.
$150. So I was
Yeah.
trying to avoid that. I was like, you know what? I'll just go to my doctor on Monday. He's like, no, no, no. You're going to go to the emergency room and triage yourself. And unbeknown me, I ended up with testing
But they
positive.
should waive for that for the workers there. They should waive for the emergency co-payment. You know
No,
what I
they're not
mean?
waiting. No, they're not. They're not waiving that. They're not waiving that. They called the SWAT team on you. Yeah, they called. They're like, yo, you out of here,
You
buddy. Get
out of
out.
here.
You out of here.
For
So yeah,
real.
no sooner than that. And then I'm talking to Frazier. Me and him having a whole conversation, and it's funny because we talking. We was on the for me and Nigel was on the phone for about a good hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after hanging up with him, I ended up going to sleep. I wake up to a text. He's like, yo, bro, I got the vid. And I'm like, what you mean the vid? And he's like, now you're like, bro, I got COVID. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, we just spoke. We just spoke. So
Wait,
it's
Jay, how many names is this daggone virus going to get?
right, right. They calling it Amarion, Vid,
I
Rona.
know.
Uh,
Now
it, it,
they got the Delta Cron. They gonna have to.
right. I can't keep up with all these variants.
I'm serious. I'm like, I don't know which one I had. Damn it, I had the flu. Okay.
Right.
So when it's all said and done, I had the flu. That was it. Okay. Because everybody, that thing, I'm gonna tell you, that thing ran rampant. That was everybody's Christmas gift because I think
Right.
everybody I spoke to over the holidays had had gotten sick. So I'm
Let me tell
thinking
you something.
everybody's Christmas holiday. That was their gift.
Where I for real, because where I live, no lie, Christmas Day, because I live alone, so I still had to go out, positive and all. Like I had to get food, I had to, what I'm saying. So most
Right.
of the time I was just Uber eating it, what I'm saying, because I didn't really want to go out. But there's times that I had to go out. But after the day after Christmas and New Year's, when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you my neighborhood was like ghost town, there was nobody out. And I'm just like, damn, let me find out everybody in East New York got the damn coronavirus,
You
because
see?
it felt like, seriously, like, I mean, when I tell you it was no people outside, it was just quiet. Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of people, those who didn't catch it last year,
Uh huh.
caught it this year.
But I think
Yeah.
they caught more of the Omicron than they
Yeah,
did
they
of
did.
the
They did.
19. I think they caught the 19 and a half. Oh, a half of something, right?
Uh-huh.
So what they caught the 9.5. So
I don't know.
they
But
caught the 9.5.
they say that the Omicron was very, very highly contagious.
Right, that's what I'm figuring.
Highly
But it was
contagious.
highly contagious, but the severity of the illness wasn't as bad as COVID-19 itself.
No,
So that's why I'm figuring
it
that.
wasn't. It wasn't for those who got the who were vaccinated, because I
No,
know a
because
lot of
my
people.
daughters wasn't vaccinated and they caught it. And they had very mild symptoms. They had like the mild fever. They had maybe a few aches and pains.
Uh-huh.
It was very mild. And it only lasted for a couple of days. So I'm
Okay.
figuring it must have been, and they wasn't vaccinated, but I'm saying it must have been, I think that the um, um I'm Omicron. I'm telling you, I be jacking that name up.
Right. Right.
Omarion
Right.
will be
Can somebody please tell me the correct pronunciation? Is it Omicron, Amarion, Ron, Army? What the hell is the name? Can somebody
Oh
tell me what
my
the name
god, the
is?
name I'm like, what in the hell? I be messing that name up. You hear me? Poor Marion.
Right. They done tarnished that man's whole name.
For
For real.
real. So I be jacking it up.
He
So
should have patented his name. Every time they say it, you get paid for it.
right,
Okay?
he needed to. That was
For real.
crazy. But I just want everybody to know that whoever's on, even though we may not see you, we want to appreciate that you are here. So, even though if you're on and we don't see you, I see it's 3 people that are on so far. But if we don't
Well,
see you or we don't say your name or say good morning, it's not that we doing it intentionally. It's just we don't see the comments.
right,
So,
right.
yeah. So, Jay, we had a discrepancy last
Yeah, we
week.
did. Yeah, we did. But before we go into topic of the week, um, is there anything? Oh, Delicia Rich, what's going on, love? Good
Hey,
morning, good
girl.
morning.
Good
Good morning
morning.
to everybody that's just joining the show. Um, yeah, is there anything that's petting your peeve? Is petting your
Oh,
peeve? Yeah. Is there anything petting the peeve this week? You got any pet peeves? I mean, I got one for you, and
go
this one
ahead.
I'm
What's
sure
your pet
everybody
peeve,
can
Jay?
relate. I'm sure everybody can relate to.
What's your
Okay,
pet peeve, Jay?
and it seemed like people just been asking me lately, like, and I'm just like, bruh, like, no, My pet peeve is people that ask to borrow money. That's a pet peeve for me. And if you do ask to borrow money from me and you tell me you're gonna give it to me on Wednesday, I'm expecting my money on Wednesday. You understand me? You
I got
understand?
you.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm expecting my money on Wednesday. And for people that ask to borrow money, and if you can't give me my money on Wednesday, I expect you to come to me and say, "Yo, I know I told you I was gonna give it to you on Wednesday, but such and such happened. I'm not gonna be able to give it to you." That's the right thing to do. I should not have to ask for money that I done borrowed to you. You understand me?
Okay.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
have to I shouldn't have to ask a person for money that I let you borrow. And when you do that, you done burnt that bridge. You done burnt it. You done burnt it. And then I just find it like lately people asking me to borrow money and stuff like that, and I just had to, like shut them down. At the end of the day, don't look at what I have and how I'm living. It costs to live like this. Okay,
Pretty much.
I got grown man bills, grown man bills. So don't go by what you see. Okay, because all that glitters, baby, it ain't gold.
Oh, it ain't
It
gold.
ain't gold. All right.
It ain't
You want to
gold.
borrow money? Go to a damn bank. Go to a bank. You know, go
That's
to a bank.
right.
If the bank can't lend you money, then don't come here. All right.
Pretty
If bank
much.
if a bank ain't willing to lend you some money, that means you got credit problems. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, that means you got credit problems. And I've done it before. And I don't I there's only a few select people that I will lend money to. Okay, a few select. You know, these people I've known them for years, and it's always been kind of. I know that if ever in a situation, I can go to that person with it without fail, no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to have that. But I just try not to make that a habit, lending out money to people. It's no nothing against anybody. I've been there, done that before, due to bad experiences. That's just something that I do not like to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
yeah. So that's pretty much my pet peeve. That's my pet peeve.
So Jay, you got
Yeah.
$10?
Hell no. No.
Jay said he
Uh-uh.
ain't loaded out no more money. That's
I ain't
it.
loaded out. Love you like a fat kid love cake. But at the end of the day, money separates people. It destroys relationships. I stopped talking to people for and I'm gonna just give you an example. I this is somebody that I have known for some odd years.
Uh huh.
Somebody that I have looked out for. Put you, like I'm that type of person. If I can help somebody better themselves, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to helping people, it's the small things that count. I'm not asking you for much, but you show your appreciation when somebody does something for you.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm saying this to say that, this person, I was selling some things or whatever. They took the item on consignment and never paid me. Never paid me my money. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of person that if you owe them something, they coming after your ass. You
Okay.
understand me?
Okay.
So I just didn't like the way they moved. It's just like, bruh, I done helped you, put you in a great position. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you at now. You know what I'm saying? And for you to take something from me and you supposed to pay me and never pay me, I had to
Right.
block him off of social. I asked him one time, like, bro, when am I, you know what I'm saying? When am I gonna get that? His response to that was, oh, I forgot. I've been meaning to holler at you. After that, after me reaching out to you that one time, and I never heard back from you, I gave you 1 week. You had one time to make things right, and he didn't. And I had to block his ass off of social media. And a mutual friend of ours knew the situation, and they was just like, that was foul. You know what I'm saying? That was foul. But yeah, like you're lost. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you will have to come back. You know what I'm saying? You never burn a bridge that you might have to cross again. You
That's
never,
right.
and I have always been raised like that. You never burn bridges because you might have to cross that bridge.
That's
You know,
right.
but after that situation, I was just like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with that.
That's right. You never know. You never
Like I
know.
said, you have to check her credit score first. No, that's what Credit Karma's for. You want to know your credit score? You go on to Credit Karma and find out. Okay,
That's
Credit
right.
Karma tell you your credit score better than I do.
I'm gonna tell you something. Credit karma to me is the answer is no because karma always come back to you. That means you know that means you done somebody wrong. Okay,
For
now
real.
nobody ain't gonna loan you no money. All right, karma come back to you. So
Bite your ass.
that's right. Well, I mean, that would be one of my pet peeves too. And another one for me is I don't like the kind of so-called friends that only need you when they're your besties when you could do something for them, but when they don't need you, you don't hear from them. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
ride or die
yeah.
with you as long as you're doing things for them, but once you're not needed, they don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. Delicia said, D said, people who did shit and come back like everything is okay. Exactly. They done did stuff to you, and then they come back and they act like y'all
And
best
nothing,
friends in the
like
world.
nothing
Like
ever
nothing never
happened. Nothing
happened.
ever happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you need them, they don't even know you. They don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't looking out for you in no kind of way. But the minute then they try to come back, and if you're not answering your phone, or you not answering the door, it's, oh, what's wrong with them? Why they not talking? Oh, see, that's why I don't deal with people. Did you forget what you just
And then, it's that's part of one of my New Year's resolutions is, staying away from people, cutting people out of my life that's not contributing to my happiness. You
did?
understand what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Cutting people
Yes.
out that's not contributing to my happiness, and happiness in terms of
That's right.
supporting me, supporting my endeavors. That's a main part of my happiness. If you're not supporting me in my endeavors, because I'm very supportive. Anybody that knows me, I can be very resourceful. You understand what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And I just feel like I haven't gotten that back.
That's
You know,
right.
I haven't gotten that back. People want you to be supportive of their endeavors, but they don't want to return that support.
Exactly.
They don't
Because
want
my thing is, Jay, we know a lot of people on Facebook, Instagram. We got social media out there, right?
to. Right,
And it's so funny, but people will invite you to their group in a minute, but ain't did nothing in your group.
right.
Like, what is that? And I know that people just go down the line and check. Well, make sure when y'all go down the line and check and y'all see my name, if you know you haven't supported me or did anything for me, skip over that mofo, okay? Skip over that name. Just skip
Good
the
morning,
hell on over it.
Jessica.
Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. Just skip. No, good afternoon, Jay. We gotta.
I know. Listen, it's a whole new timing, y'all. So pardon my good
Right,
morning, good
bear with us.
afternoon,
Bear with
good
us.
afternoon.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you don't put people in, you want them to comment in your group, say something in your group, and then they come sending you a invite to a group. You like, really? Is this person for real? Right. Delicia said, 2022, I'm giving the same energy you give to me. Period.
period. Facts,
Exactly.
facts,
Exactly.
facts.
Giving that same energy. So if you know that I'm not liking and sharing your stuff anymore, just know, just check your feed because it's there and you can see the last time you shared mine. And
Right,
same vice
right.
versa. Vice versa. I mean, we
Hmm.
coming to this age where you know who's helping you, you know who's supporting you. At times, I haven't been on social media as much as I was before, like over the holidays with being sick and stuff. So people stuff
Right.
that I would usually like and share, I haven't been able to, and it wasn't
Hmm.
because I was being malicious. It was just because, well, it was just because I wasn't on social media like that, But
Now
I'm gonna
I'm
get
gonna
back
give you
into
I'm
it.
gonna give you an example of support. Now there's this chick that I found I ran into in this one of these food groups that I'm in, right? And she makes some she from the pictures that she posted, from people that have bought stuff from her previously, you know what I'm saying? I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take my chance and order a cake from her. And so I did. Cake was delicious.
All
It
right
was
now.
Now mind you, I was on the fence about it because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how if it's gonna be moist or not. I was worried about the cake being moist, but she assured that it would be fine. She dry freezes it. So when I got it, cake, like I said, was good, right?
Okay.
Her and I spoke. I'm all for supporting black businesses, small businesses. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that. And I told her, yo, your product is so good. She had a big following in this food group. She had a lot of people ordering from her. But I told her, I said, why don't you start your own webpage? I
Mm-hmm.
gave her at that time. I had my own website, you know what I'm saying, which I have my website is back on, guys. So I'm gonna give y'all that information a little bit. But I gave her, I told her, I gave her my website or whatever. I told her, listen, if you need help, I'll help you set it up. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, thank you. So, we had a really good conversation. So now, after all of that, I think during that time, I think COVID had just started. She
Mm-hmm.
knew that I was a healthcare worker. You know what I'm saying? She knew all of that. I had things that based off of things that I had posted on Facebook, right? So make a long story short, now I never asked this woman to do anything. She told me that she was going to send me, you know, because I really enjoy peach cobbler and I know she makes peach cobbler. She said she was going to send me a peach cobbler just for showing, just for all the work that I do as far as being a
A
healthcare
healthcare
worker
worker. Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Never got a peach cobbler. Never got never got anything. Now, mind you, she knew that I was selling bags and stuff. So I sent her my link. She said she was gonna buy a bag. Woman never bought a bag, never eat, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, like you and I could have easily bought more cakes from her because her cakes are good. But why would I continue to support you and you have not once supported me? You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? You want people, and that's the thing. Like people want, you want people to support your business, but if there's other people out there doing something, even if you don't like something, just show your support. Buy something small. It don't have to be nothing big. I had items ranging from 20, 30, 40, you know what I'm saying? So you could have showed your support some way. You and look, I even put her on to a relative of mine who bought a cake from her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like the cake that much. I posted it on my page, and she got another bit. She got business from somebody else based off of my post. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for you not to show the, and even my thing is, you told me that you was gonna send me the peach cobbler, and you didn't. Your word is all you have. Your word is all you have, sis.
Jay
You know
wanted
what I'm
that peach
saying?
cobbler, girl.
I
You
did.
just say that
I
peach
did.
cobbler.
A year and a half later, I'm talking about, yeah. And if you're watching this,
Jay said,
yeah, I wanted that damn peach
Jay
cobbler because
said,
you
where
said
the
you was
hell
gonna
is my
send
peach
me.
cobbler?
Right.
That's why I'm mad. You ain't got to order nothing on my damn website. Get my peach cobbler.
You know, but no, that really bothers me.
Yeah, especially when she offered. She offered the peach
Yeah,
cobbler. You
she
know what I
offered the
mean?
peach cobbler.
Yeah,
Like,
she offered
sis,
the
you
peach
offered the.
cobbler.
I never. I told you I liked peach cobbler, and I was willing to. No, at first, y'all, I was willing to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't make. She was like, you know what? I know you've been asking for it. I'm gonna make it for you, and I'm gonna send it out. Just to show you my appreciation for all that you do as a healthcare worker.
Jay,
Never
Jay,
got it.
Jay was looking in that mail like almost every day. Where that peach cobbler? Where that peach cobbler?
I was almost tempted to say, "Yo, can I get that tracking number, please?
Where
I'm
the
gonna need
track,
that track.
right?
I'm gonna need that tracking number."
Shoot. So yeah.
Jessica said a lot of people deleted it from my Facebook. It's useless if they are not supporting you, but you support them or like in the pictures, videos, whatever. I delete a lot of people, so my friends list is very small.
I
Facts.
know that's right.
Yeah,
But even
yeah.
and D said even if it's family, and you know how we feel about the family and business thing, don't it's not it doesn't equate.
And
So
there's a lot of
we
people that I
know.
know that
Hmm.
we know
We
personally.
know.
We've
We
had this
know.
discussion, and if you're not going to get support from the outside, you would at least expect the support from your own family.
You would think.
And you
You would
would think,
think.
you would think, but a lot of people, have that share that same experience, when it comes to having a business and not getting the support that they
Yeah,
need from their
you hear
family
that a
members.
lot. You hear that.
You
I
hear
hear
it a
that
lot.
all the time. So now it's
Yeah.
not even like it's. It would be new to me. It would actually what would be new to me is the fact that I would hear somebody say my family is very supportive. My everybody buys my cousins, my aunts, my uncles,
You
even
know,
even Fido be on the thing and he be hitting for him for his doggy treats or something. It would be really.
right.
It would be that's what
There
would
was only
surprise me.
one. There was only one family member that I remember the one of the entrepreneurs of the week that we had on. She does the hair care,
Uh huh.
and her husband was involved. Her mother was involved. The kids were involved. Like
Oh right,
you remember that, and
right.
that really touched me because I'm just like, here it is. She has a supporting family behind her
And that means
brand.
so
It,
much.
mean- it, you know, people don't realize how important that is to have, people that love you to support you and back you up. Like
Exactly.
what's that say? It takes a village to raise a child. Well, it takes a village to maintain a business.
It's
You
just
know
what
what
it
I'm
said. It
saying?
takes teamwork to make a dream
Yeah,
work.
teamwork. Yeah, it definitely
Mhm.
does.
Mhm.
So, and for me to have seen that, I was just like, wow, that was just really, really encouraging, And I hope that encourage others to, want to be there for their family members, those who are starting a business, and because sometimes people who start a business, they decide that they give it up because they don't have the support that they need to keep the business going.
Exactly right.
I know a lot of people like that. You be like, damn, well, what happened? Listen, I couldn't do it by myself. You
Right.
know what
It's
I'm saying?
difficult. It's so
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
It's so hard.
especially when you don't have the resources to pay, to pay people, to start out with, you may not have the money to pay somebody.
Why
You
you
know what
think
I'm
I do?
saying?
Why you think I do so many things? I'm a labeler, packager, website builder. I'm a coffee cup maker. I do so many things because I had to learn how to do this stuff on my own.
Right.
So. But Jay, I'm ready for that topic. I don't know
You
about
ready for
you.
the topic of the
I
week?
don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
about
ready.
you.
I'm
I don't
ready.
know
I'm
about
ready.
you.
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Y'all
And
ready?
make sure, listen, y'all be sure to dial on in 718-775-3609. We want y'all opinions. We want y'all comments. And if you don't want to call in, you can type on in the group chat. All right.
Yes.
So
All
you ready
right.
for topic of the week?
I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right.
I'm just gonna dive right into it. I'm not even gonna do no
Come on.
intro, nothing. I'm diving right into it because that's how passionate I feel about this right now. Okay?
And this is Yodi topic too. Yodi came up
Yes.
with this.
Should there be an expiration date on a marriage license? Should there be an expiration date on a marriage license? Okay. I had the thing to put up, but I think it's on the other. I think it's on the other screen. But yes, should there be an expiration date on a marriage license? And I say, hell yeah. Yes. YESSS exclamation points all over the place. Okay? That's right, D. Hell yeah.
Well,
All
here we
right.
go. Here
Yeah.
we go. Here we go.
Yes. It should. That's right, Nigel. Hell yeah. I got two hell yes already. Okay? That's right. And if you guys want to call in and tell us why you feel like it should be, please do so. That's right, Jessica. I got three hell yeah.
We got a lot of hell years in here. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so for all the hell years, I like to know why. I like to know why.
D, you said
I
two
like to know
years?
why.
Okay. Oh, you want to know why? I'm gonna tell
I,
you
I want to know why. Why? Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my why. All right. Number one, to me, people can grow apart. They can
Mm-hmm.
grow apart. Wants changes, ideas changes, sometimes circumstances changes, and people can grow apart. That forever until you die, nah, we can't do all of that because you could be in a situation where you're unhappy. So you're supposed to be unhappy until you die? No, no, because actually I'm dead already. I'm dead. If I'm unhappy, I'm dead. All right, I'm dead. I'm already dead. And two, because when you really think about when you get in a relationship, right, Jay? You're in a
Uh-huh.
relationship now, right? You meet somebody already. When you say I want to be in a relationship with this person, you're already committed to that person, right?
Right.
You're already
Mm-hmm.
committed to that person. So all the moral things are already supposed to be the foundation of your relationship. The marriage license is actually, to me, the business part of the relationship. That's the finance part right there. For
Oh
the
goodness.
law. For the
You
law.
you you sound like Frazier. Frazier talking about every 5 years you should have to renew your marriage license, as if it's a damn inspection or something.
Or is it?
If you don't
Yeah,
if you don't renew it for whatever reason, then you are no longer married. Really?
exactly. Exactly. Some people use marriage and its vows as to abuse. Right. That's what D said. I'm telling you, when you people say, "Oh, the marriage is the commitment." No, you coming into a relationship with me is the commitment. That's the commitment. Because we already committed it to each other and then we take
But
the
the
next step of
license,
marriage.
the license is solidifies the that you are together. That it's a solidification, I believe.
No, us being together solidifies us being together.
But
Because
that marriage certificate though.
no, tells the law that you are together. That marriage certificate tells the law that you're together. All right? Let's get it. Let because you got people that are married and they've been living outside of their marriage with somebody else for 20 something odd years, right? When if
Mhm.
anything happens to that person, that one with the marriage license coming in, woo woo! I don't care what you did. I'm coming to take everything. You 20 something years is on the out because the law states the law is recognizing you guys. Okay? Morally, these people have nothing connected, but financially, these people are bonded by that marriage license.
But at the end of the day, before a person gets married, they already know what they signed up for. They know that when you marry somebody, it is a lifetime commitment. You know that. So if you feel that you it should be an expiration, for those who feel like it should be an expiration, then maybe marriage is not for you.
Well, let me ask you
Maybe
a
it's
question.
not.
When you get in a relationship, right? So when you get in a relationship, you don't look at that as being a lifetime commitment.
No, no, I don't
Y'all hear
because
that? Y'all hear that, right? You heard what
it's
Jay
it's a,
said.
it's a difference. It's a difference. A lifetime commitment is considered a marriage, not a relationship, not shacking up.
But what? But wait a
Shacking
minute.
up,
Wait a minute.
shacking up
What?
is different.
But what is
It's
a
different.
marriage? What a relationship? It's a
It's a
committed
it's yeah,
relationship.
it's a committed relationship that is solidified on paper,
No, by
like you said,
law.
by law, by
By
law,
right by
by
law,
law,
because
by law.
technically, when you want to even talk about the first marriage, there was no paper. There was a vow between two, and that's it, right? The man,
Well, between two and God, but
right?
they're you're
But
right.
now the law, because with I guess with everything with finances, business, because at one time in certain states, you could be married 7 years, and it is
Common
called
law,
common law, right?
common
You don't
law.
even need
Yeah,
that piece of paper, right?
right.
You don't even need that piece of paper. And you know what that did? What that was supposed to safeguard people in a relationship that financially, because they have gotten accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So that
I
common law
think it.
came into that effect to
Mhm.
kind of safeguard those people who had given a certain amount of time and then they come out of it with nothing. I want
Mhm.
everybody to know New York don't recognize that though, okay?
No, they don't.
Rec-
No,
recognize
it's only a few states that recognize common law, but I also think that the common law was put into place to kind of motivate people to get married.
I don't see how that would motivate. That would motivate me if I could actually get all the benefits of being married without
Because it's
having to
like
be
it's
married.
like it's like okay, we've been together for 7 years. We might as well get married.
No, that right.
Do two common law. We might as well
You
because
know what though?
whether we married or not, you still getting half of everything. So we might as well
So
get
what?
married.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What is the purpose? It's just you just showing a piece of paper. Because even though they recognize common law, right, it still has certain stipulations. Because because they're like you don't have that piece of paper, that document. Okay,
And I just said New York recognizes domestic partnership.
right.
Yeah.
But
You know what?
but you
And
can't.
I'm not. What? So what is? Does anybody know the difference? What is the difference between domestic partnership and common law? What is the difference?
Right, because I didn't even know they recognize domestic
That
partner.
yeah, I do. They do because I have my cousin Gerard that's married. He's in the domesticated partnership. So I'm just trying. I don't know the difference.
Right,
Does anybody know
but
the
that's what I'm
difference?
saying. Maybe because he's married to that individual, because at one time they didn't recognize that as a marriage.
Gay marriage.
Right,
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
recognize it, so now they're recognizing gay marriage. You know what I mean? But for you not to be married at all, and
Uh,
you try to go to court and try to take somebody, saying I've been this person for 7 years and I'm entitled, they're like, no, you're not, because I've been through it. I've been through that. Okay, so they're like, no, you're not. You're not entitled to a damn thing. Now leave. So
mhm.
stop watching them court shows, people. That's in California, because that don't apply to New
Not
York.
here in New York.
Okay,
Right.
so but my thing is, I feel like it's even though you would want it to be forever, when you get ready to get married, you would, of course, who wouldn't want to just be with that person forever that they have fell in love with? But it's times people fall out of love. They fall out of love.
But what about? Let me ask you a question. I think that we need to go back to the mindset that the people had back in the day, that the way their marriages have lasted 40 and 50 years. Now mind you, you could they let me tell you, do you think them 40 and 50 years was easy? I'm almost for certain that they have been through their ups and downs. No marriage is easy, but they work through their problems.
No,
You
they
know what I'm
just no, they
saying?
became comfortable with the problem. They came
Nah,
to
I'm not.
settle. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think so.
Mm-mm.
I
They
think every
weren't.
situation is every situation. And when a person has been married for 40 and 50 years, that tells a lot about their marriage. It tells a lot.
Somebody has settled for something somewhere. If that's the case, if they have all those problems, okay,
Hmm.
somebody settled for something somewhere. Whether it was, you know what, sheep of the keeper. Yeah,
You know
it's
what?
sheep of the
I
keeper.
would like to have somebody on the show that has been married for that long to give their opinion on what kept their marriage for that amount of years. You know what I'm saying?
No, but
Because it could possibly help a lot of people. It could,
it
and that's
could.
probably
It
that's one of the
could.
reasons why the marriage, the divorce rate is so high, is because people just giving up.
But wait a
They
minute.
giving
We're
up.
not saying that with the expiration date that you have that you have to take the divorce or the separation. You could opt out and renew it. You can renew it if that's what you want to do. I think it just should be an option there that you shouldn't have to renew that marriage license if it's not working out. If it's not working out, then you should have the option to renew or not renew your marriage license. Like when you get your driver's license, you would love to drive forever, right? Until
Right.
right, but when you start doing things that goes against whatever the law states, or if you decide not to renew your driver's license, guess what? You don't have it no more. You don't have it. Or if you do things that goes against the law of driving, after a while, it's taken away from you. Simple as that. So I think people. I don't think people look at marriage as seriously as they should. They take it for granted that,
Right.
oh, this person's got to be with me forever, so I could do whatever I want to do, and this person's supposed to be here. No, that's not how that works. If they maybe had a thought that, you know what, in 2 years or 5 years, this person can actually leave me without it being any consequences, let me step my game up.
What you're saying is that you think that having that that marriage renewal, will help to keep a person in line, will shape them, will help them to keep them in line, so that when it comes time for that renewal, that
If
your
they
partner be like, you know what, I want out. I'm
Right.
done.
I
I'm
mean,
done.
if they have that right to say that, I think it kind of takes away. Well, it don't take away your right because you can still get a divorce, but I think it would be. You would think on the fact of, you know what, this person can leave me in 2 years. Let me step my game up, or let me. I think they would take second thoughts to
But
the things that they would do.
some people don't even see it coming though. You know how many countless of stories of people just being served with a divorce paper, never seeing it coming,
No, they
never.
seen it. They just chose to become blind to it. You know when things are not going right in your relationship. You know it, and you feel like, you know what? This person has said they're gonna get a divorce 900 times. They ain't did nothing. Then when they hit with it, what did I do? What the hell you mean? What you did? You know what you did. You know what you did. You can tell we are not speaking. You can tell we are not sleeping together. You can tell there's no romance. You can tell you know the difference from when it
Jessica,
starts to fade.
Jessica said, well, first we're gonna go with Delisa. Delisa said, "Oh no, we don't. They took a lot of shit on top of shit."
And that's what exactly, exactly.
Jessica says, "Yeah, people do that better to keep her, or just being comfortable and not wanting to start all over with someone
So,
else."
mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that. I get that because it's once you, it's hard. It's hard. to date all over, especially when you just been so comfortable with that person for so many years, to come out of that comfort zone, to come out of that comfortability, and trying to learn somebody all over again, it
It
could be
is.
scary. It could
Right.
be scary. It
And
could
some
be.
people say, you know what I might get may be worse than what I already have.
Yeah,
So even though I'm
exactly.
not really happy with what I have, I may be miserable with what I'm gonna get. So they stay in that relationship, and they stay under those conditions. And that's why I said, if there was an expiration date, even the person who's staying for those reasons would think twice. They'd be like, you know what? In 2 years, I'm out.
I'm
You
out of
know,
here.
it's like a lease on a vehicle. After the lease is up, you're like, you know what? I don't want to keep it. It's it was good when it was good,
But
and now
it's
it's
just,
not.
but you know what? Just to have that, it's just so easy to just throw it away. Like,
No, I don't think it's
you think
easy.
about it. It is because that's time.
I don't
Hold on,
think it's
before we go into it,
mm,
Nigel says, "Hell yeah, people renew their vows. Why not renew the license?" I
exactly.
just, I just feel like you put all this time, put all this time into this person just to give it up in within 5 years,
I'm gonna
like.
I'm gonna tell you something,
That's
Jay.
that's just my for me personally, my time is everything. You know
Right,
what I'm
and I'm
saying?
and I'm gonna tell you something. If you spend your time loving that person, then it will be renewed. It's not a waste. If you spend your time loving that person and that person loving you, it's not a waste. But if you spend your time taking that person for granted, doing whatever the hell you want to do, ignoring that person, and y'all not coming to terms or an agreement on how treat me like I want to be treated, not how you want to treat me, then yeah, it was a waste because guess what? That person didn't waste your time. You wasted your time because you could have done better. So with loving on a person, no, it's not a waste of time because that license will be renewed. It will be because that love will be there. I'm talking about expiration dates because people stay in relationships and they're unhappy and because they're comfortable or because they don't want to go through the
Well,
divorce process.
it takes two to make each other happy, though. You know
It
what I'm
really
saying?
does.
It takes two to make each other happy. So you just because you're not happy, maybe your mate is not happy. So what can we do to make each other happy? And it all goes back to communicating. Communicating is a major part in a relationship. If you have no communication, you have nothing.
And that's
You
why
have
that
no,
expiration date needs to be there because we don't have no communication. We tried to communicate. They're not listening, Jay. They're not listening.
I
So
don't know. I just feel like there's so many different outlets that you can use to make your marriage work without having to have an expiration
no,
on it. Counseling. A lot of black folks don't like to count. Don't like going to counseling. They
I'm gonna
just don't.
let me show you what counseling.
Especially brothers. Brothers, we just a lot of brothers don't like. I'm not married, but I've heard stories about a lot of women in order to, and y'all are, when it comes to women are very loyal. They're willing to they'll do almost anything to make their marriage work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going to counseling is a major thing. And a lot of brothers just don't feel that they need that. You know what
Maybe
I'm
they
saying?
would if they had an expiration date on the license. Okay, maybe they would try harder to hold on if they knew that in 2 years or 5 years this was going to come to an end. That's what I'm saying. It's just whatever. This person has to stay. This
And
person said they would love me forever. No. And then most of the time, even if you go to counseling, they're like, mm-hmm, yeah, yeah. Because if it's not in a person's heart to do the things that's needed to be done to make it work, I don't care who you speak to. You could speak to everybody. People don't went to church. They don't went to here. They don't went
you
place.
damn right, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to keep mine.
Right.
I'm
And
not.
then
I'm not trying to get it. I'm not. First of all, a divorce for me would be no option. It's not an option for me. It's not. I'm not paying. I'm not paying alimony. I'm not doing that.
is that why you
I'm
don't
not.
want a divorce?
I'm not paying child support.
What?
I'm not doing
But
that.
wait a minute,
I
Jay.
ain't doing
If
that.
it was an expiration on your marriage license, right, you wouldn't have to pay alimony. See, there you go. What you come in with is what you leave with. Bye
Nah, but
bye.
if there's an expiration, there's consequences behind that expiration. You think there's just gonna be an expiration that's gonna be just like that? No,
What's the
a scene.
consequences?
Consequences is who gonna pay alimony? Who gonna pay child support?
No, but
Who gonna, especially when there's kids involved? Oh no,
well,
no,
oh,
you ain't
you.
just getting
Let me
away.
tell you
You
something,
ain't getting away
Jay.
scot free, buddy.
Jay,
Ain't
Jay,
gonna happen.
Jay, let me just say this to you,
Uh-uh.
honey. Listen, you have to pay child support whether you married or not. Okay, that has nothing to do
Right,
with it. You got to
right.
pay
You
child support.
do. You do. You do. You
I
do
don't
have to
care if
pay
you
child
married or
support.
not.
You do have to pay child support, meaning that you're supporting your child and your whole family
No,
together.
no,
I'm
no,
not living here.
no,
I refuse to live here and be paying over there.
no. You have.
Ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you
happen.
something. I'm gonna tell you something. The scales of justice say
Uh-huh.
something different. Okay. She
I don't give a
says,
damn what the scale of justice say. I don't care what the scale of justice say. What I'm saying is, if I get
brothers,
married,
brothers,
getting a
sisters.
divorce is now you know what? Now I understand why Jada and Will have that weird shit going on with their marriage. You know,
One.
there's something because all the infidelity that has been going on, they are still together.
It's
Something is
cheaper to
keeping that
keep
marriage.
her.
You damn right.
Cheaper to
You
keep
damn
her.
right. You damn right.
Because I'm
Because
telling
I'm
you.
not paying out. I'm not.
Because
I'm
I'm
not
telling.
doing it.
Because Jay, let me say this
No.
too. I want to just tell the men out there and the women. Please don't think that you don't have to pay child support, okay? Because the law will come and put you behind with those silver bracelets. All right. So please don't think you gotta pay your child support. Child need to be taken care of. That's the babies now. We ain't gonna
Right.
mess with
I'm
the
not saying
babies,
that.
right?
And then if you want out, then you can go. The kids are staying with me. I'm claiming them at the end of the year. I'm taking everything. Since you want out, okay, you can go. But the kids is staying here.
And that, you know what? And some people are fine with that. However y'all want it, because some people they get a divorce and the children wind up with the father.
This shit,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
yeah,
It's
90% of the time, children always end up with the mother.
yeah,
Always.
that's true.
Always. 90% of
Um,
the time, y'all end up with the kids.
so if that's what y'all agree on, but as far as paying her alimony, that's why some people come with the prenup. And 2 year, you can have a 2 year expiration or a 5 year expiration. 2 year expiration, we have a prenup agreement. If it doesn't work in that 2 years, you leave with what you came in with, and that's it. That prenups are done all the time, every day, all day.
Yeah, they
Okay.
done all the time. But I think that prenups are they can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's
That's
that.
just that's just my opinion on a prenup.
Yeah, that's the good and the bad. It depends on what
Yeah,
side of the
because
spectrum you're
let
on.
me tell you something. Sometimes having a prenup will stop a marriage from even happening.
But it wouldn't if it had an expiration date.
Even with an expiration date, somebody going people you just not parting scot free, sis. You just not.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you,
you're
I'm
leaving
gonna tell
with
you
something.
something.
You're leaving with
When
something.
I'm drawing up the marriage license, because this, I figure it's supposed to be expiration date. If the Lord come to me, somebody come to me and say, Yolanda, you put the terms and conditions of this marriage license. Guess what? Everybody will be set. All right? They will be set. They will be okay. Okay? But I think that it should be because there's a lot of people that stay in these marriages and they're unhappy. And if they had to renew them, they would be like, hell no.
I guess I'd be one of those men. It's cheaper to keep it in. Hell, I mean, I'm gonna do my part. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
better than her.
If you want to go to counseling, okay, we go to counseling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be one of those type of men that's not willing, or even bendable to make my marriage work. Like we signed up for this. This is just my view on it. It's a lifetime commitment, and that's one of the reasons why I ain't married now, because that's something that you take serious. You know that
I'm
like
gonna tell you.
there's people that fall out of love in a year, in one year. And honestly, I believe that if you get married, it should be stipulations when it comes to a divorce. You shouldn't be allowed to get a divorce until maybe 3 years after getting married. Like you said, there's a marriage certificate. There's a marriage certificate. A person that's fallen out of love in a year, nah, there's something wrong with that. You need to be in a marriage for at least 3 years before even considering divorcing each other.
Well, you know what? That would be fine. Um, But if they had the expiration in 2 years, they wouldn't have to worry about it. They could just let it go in 2 years, and then everybody got
That's not enough. I don't feel like a 2 years is not enough time.
not
It's not
enough
enough
time for
time.
what? If you feel, wait a minute, you are in love with this person. You committed yourself to this person, with marriage license or not. You have committed yourself to a person. Okay,
Right.
so you mean to tell me that it's not enough time to figure out if you love this person? Because you're supposed to figure that out before y'all even got married.
Right. But I'm gonna tell you something that somebody that I know told me. And he told me, he said when he was a single man, I mean he got his play as a single man, but he told me once he got married,
Mm-hmm.
he said women were after him like white on rice. He couldn't understand it. He couldn't understand, like, he got more play as a married man than he did as a single man.
But
And
what
he
he
said it
should,
was scary. He said it was scary. He said it was scary. So I asked him, and this is somebody that I really looked up to. I
mm-hmm,
really, I looked up to him. I admired him, because he was with his wife for so long. You know what I'm saying? And from what I seen that it was like the perfect marriage. So I
mm-hmm.
asked him. I said, "Let me ask you a question, honestly." I said, "You ever cheat on your wife?" And he told me. He said, "Yeah, he did." He said he did one time. He cheated on his wife one time. And he said after he cheated on her, he said he felt so guilty when he went back home to his wife. He said the guilt is what really, he said I couldn't even look at her in the face. You
That's
know,
good for him.
he said it was so guilt. He felt so guilty that he couldn't even look at her. He said, and after that experience, he said he never cheated on her again
Well,
because of
maybe
the
he needed
fear.
to get that out of his system, because maybe he didn't get the attention before the marriage that he was looking for, and when he started getting all that attention, he didn't really know how to handle it. So
Mhm.
for all the single guys out there, maybe y'all want to put a wedding ring on that ring finger just to see how many women y'all can get before you actually get married.
Yeah, and he told me, he said, "Yo, Jay," he said it's something about a married man, something a woman wants. He said, I don't know what it is. He was like, but it's just something about a married man that a woman wants. He said he couldn't understand why he was getting so much play as a married man than he did when he was a single man. Like, wow,
Yeah,
that's deep.
listen. It's something about a married man. I'll tell you what it is with me with a married man. It is called problems. So I don't want nobody's married man. I don't. I'm not that woman. So I wouldn't want no married man.
You
That's
got a
just
lot of women out
headache.
there that like it. They feel
Yeah,
like,
they
you know
do.
what, he's married. He's not my problem. We have our time when we do, and send his ass back onto his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
See,
let that be her problem.
yeah,
Some women have that kind of
yeah,
mentality.
yeah,
Um, Delicia says, it's hard to be in an unhappy, loveless relationship. I'll take my chances. I'm out.
yeah.
I get that. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do all I can
Mm-mm.
possibly do to
It's
make it
it's
work. And if you want out, then you want out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. I can't keep somebody that doesn't want to be kept.
it's too
At the end of the
stressful.
day,
It's
I can't keep
stressful.
somebody that don't want to be kept. But I'm gonna try to do my part to make it work. You know
And
what I'm saying?
while
At
trying to,
least I can say. At least I can say. Within my heart that I did all I could to make it work. You know what I'm saying?
and
I
let me
just
ask you a question, Jay.
I don't want to feel like I failed at my marriage.
All right, how
I don't
long
feel
do
like
you
that.
think it would take you to feel like after you doing everything, the counseling, y'all talking, y'all do? How long do you give yourself to try to make it work if you feel and you still find that it's not working?
Well, I feel like I'm one of those type of people. I don't like to repeat myself. I don't like to keep talking. After going through marriage counseling, after talking to you and trying to communicate with you, if I feel like it's not getting any better, then it's time to part ways. Then it's no reason for us to be in a relationship and neither one of us are happy.
Right, but
You
how
understand
long
what
would
I'm
you
saying?
give that? How long would you
I
say?
couldn't. I couldn't put a time on it. I couldn't put a time because like it goes back to that old saying, "Time heals all wounds." So it takes time to make a marriage work. You know what I'm saying? And it takes more than just one person to work at it.
I'm gonna tell you
You know?
something. It don't take 20 years to figure it out.
I'm not saying 20. No, I'm not saying 20 years, but like it goes back to what Jessica said. The comfortability. Some people stay in it that long because they are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They feel like I know man. I remember somebody telling this woman who gonna want you with 4 kids. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
uh-huh.
Who gonna want you with four
Well,
kids? And
hmm
then they ass end up like, oh shit, somebody did want it with 4 kids.
right.
you
But
you
you
know what I'm
got to.
saying? But
But nowadays,
sometimes,
you got to really be mindful now of that because time has changed tremendously. Whereas
mhm,
back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, it was easier for to me for a woman with 4 kids. But now it's it's just crazy out here. Like I don't know if you listen. I think his name is Kevin Samuels or something like
yeah,
that. That guy.
yeah.
And one woman came on there.
That
She had
that
one
dude is
kid. He'd be like, but you got you already at a deficit when you got a kid. It's just like he just come out like now it's to the point where we don't that option gets slimmer and slimmer. So even if now you're old and you got 4 kids, like
right.
are you serious? It's not the same. Times have really changed the dating scene. It has changed everything so much that if you spend the next 10 years trying to make this dead end freaking going nowhere marriage work. When you do step out there, you might as well get you some bug spray because that sucker got gonna have cobwebs all over it.
Over yeah. Jessica
You
said
really
that.
got
Jessica said that Kevin Samuels yours is no freaking joke,
yes,
man. He will chew you. Yeah, yeah. He be fat shaming women like yeah.
yes,
Kevin Samuels is
yes.
something else,
And I'm
man.
gonna tell you, a
Yeah.
lot of these guys be listening. They might not be posting, but they be listening, and they like, yeah,
I follow him. I follow him too. I
yeah,
follow
and they be
Kevin.
like, yeah, who she think she is? What she coming to the table with? I'm telling you, guys be listening to that. It ain't no joke out here now. So nah, we can't. No, 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 no. We can't spend the next 10 to 15 years trying to figure it out. Expiration date on them damn marriage license. Okay, that's it. We ain't got time to be trying to figure it out. You should have figured it out before we got married.
Wait. See what? Well, who should have figured it out?
He should have figured it out because if we get a
He. Why?
divorce, that's his.
Why does it always got to be he? This is what I'm talking about.
I'm
It.
just.
Why
I'm
can't?
speaking as a
Why can't
woman.
it be she?
I'm
Huh?
speaking as a woman. I'm
Oh,
speaking.
okay.
I'm holding it down for the women
Okay.
right now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
said, more than likely the woman is the one trying to work it out, right? Oh, that's what.
She is. She is. I'm not saying that. But there's a small percentile of men who are doing everything. You know what I'm saying? What about those men out there that just doing everything, holding down everything? I got, I don't want to go over the time, but I got this somebody that I know, and his wife is a stay-at-home type of woman. He takes care of everything, finance, the bills, everything. The problem with this man, and I feel bad for the dude because he's a good guy. You're taking care of everything financially. She mind you, she stays home, she cooks, she cleans, she does all of that. But when it comes to the sex, that's a problem, sis. This woman don't want to give the man the goods, and she constantly telling him, "Oh, she's having discharge problems." And take your ass to the doctor. Take your ass to the doctor. Then
Wait,
he's like, "Yo."
let me.
It's to the point where he's fed up. He's fed up, and I'm just like, "Yo, I would never tell you to leave your wife, but if she's not meeting your needs sexually, what are you gonna do? Do you know what she told this man? She
Huh?
told me that she told him, I love you so much, I might just let you go out there, you know?
Because she's going out there. That's where the discharge is coming from.
And
Tell him
that's
don't
what
hit
I
that.
told him.
Tell
That's
him
what I
don't.
told him.
Tell him
I
don't
told
hit
him.
that because he might get something. Tell him
I
she's
told
saving
him.
him.
You. Yeah. I
She's
told him.
saving him.
I said, yo, are you sure? Are you 100% sure that she's not stepping out on you when you're not at work? Like what? I said, what is she doing when the boys are at school? What is she doing? She's always complaining about she's I said now I told her I said now I understand why your mom's never liked her.
And I'm gonna tell you
Now I
something.
understand.
He would be able to walk out there with his finances if that marriage license had an expiration date on it.
No, he's scared. Part of him is scared. You know why? Because if
Hmm.
he divorces that woman, he's been with that woman for a certain amount of years. He knows that he's gonna have to pay alimony. He knows he's gonna have to pay alimony. He knows. Listen, listen. He knows that she's never worked the whole time they were married. So that financial support is coming from him. Coming from
Right.
him.
You know what? I want to just say this. I hope you guys don't mind us going over. If you do, just say get the hell off now. But if you
Right.
don't, then we let's just say this. I kind of want to touch on Crystal King because she said she don't think that there should be an expiration date, and she said
Thank you, Chris.
marriage should be forever. In God's eyes, it should be by law too. But if your marriage is not good, it should I'm sorry, it should be your decision to leave. Yeah, in God's eyes, it should be forever, but there are provisions in the Bible where divorce are permitted. That's number
Right.
one.
Infidelity and fornication. Yeah.
Exactly, is permitted. But what we're saying as far as um in God's eyes also that the relationship, the vows that you commit together, they should be forever. All right. The marriage, like I said, that piece of paper is so that the Lord can recognize your union. Your union should be under God anyway. That
Right.
union is already under God. So without that piece of paper, that union is already under God. That marriage license is only by the law. And when it comes
Right.
to licenses in the law, mostly everything that the law gives you that's a license has an expiration date on it.
My thing is this: if that union is under God, then people should be respecting God's law a little bit more. Rather than being because I would say my thing is for you to just give up on a marriage. That could to work on your marriage, like I said, that having that communication, not just with your spouse but with God also, and asking God to help you to keep your marriage.
You
A lot of people don't
should.
pray for that. A
You
lot of people don't
should.
pray for that.
But you
A lot
know
of
what?
people don't pray for that.
Some people don't. One believe and the other one don't believe. Then that's why I say, even when you're unevenly yoked, you went into a relationship with somebody who didn't even believe in God. You went into a relationship with somebody who don't even pray. So that's what I'm like. You want a union. You want God to bless a union that you went into it all jacked up anyway. So that's
Mhm.
why, even though, yeah, under God, but it's like how many things that we always do that's not of God. You see what I mean? So that's why
and
I'm
that's why
like,
and that's why
and
and
I'm
that's
not
why a
here to
lot of things don't
judge.
work out.
Right, and I'm
Uh-huh.
not here to judge anyone. I'm just saying, if it was an expiration date, we wouldn't have this problem. Okay? uh, we, I'm all for marriage. I'm all for make forever. I love it, but I am also for being happy and at peace first.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and that's just the bottom line. If we can't be that way, then sometimes, just like you want to biblically, just like Jesus said, even if you go into somebody, you try to speak to them about the love of God, and they don't agree with you, shake the dust from your feet and keep it moving. Same thing. If I'm in a relationship and I'm not happy and we're not coming on as one, shake the dust from my feet and I keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris
Um,
says that's another way for the Lord to control families. Hmm.
you know, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they have many ways to do it. So that's why families need to be bonded together and they need to come on one accord. And
My
that's
my
why it's
thing
so
is fellas,
important.
try to make it work. It alleviates
Yes.
so much a heartache and pain. Heartache coming financially, painful financially.
And
I know
some
a lot of brothers out there that regrets. And in most times it do be the man's fault. In most cases it be their fault. It be their fault as to why the marriage didn't work out. Due to mainly infidelity. That's the number one thing that destroys marriages is infidelity.
hmm
You know
and
what I'm
then,
saying? And
and
that
if you can't make it work, be at peace on letting it go. Because sometimes it's
yeah,
better for you to let a situation go than to stay in and be unhappy because so many things come from stress. So many things. So instead of your health being at risk, if you can't make it work, be okay with letting it go. It's okay. Because it's nothing
mhm.
like being at peace or having peace.
Right, right. And my happiness means everything. It does.
Everything.
At the end of the day.
Everything. But
You
we want to
know.
thank you guys for coming on and staying with us for this extra six
Yes.
minutes. Six
Yes.
minutes, Dougie Fresh. You're off.
Word, because we did go over our time about 6 minutes.
Yes,
But for those of you who just coming on, we just want to make y'all aware that the times have changed. So the show will be streaming live every Sunday at 12, starting at 12 o'clock. All right. So y'all be sure to check us out every Sunday at 12. We'll be streaming live on the group page here and on YouTube as well. Also, guys, make sure y'all check out my website, accessories by jsoul.com. Y'all want to get drippy for a reasonable price? Yes, they're little knockoff items, good quality. I got low quality, I got high quality, and I got high quality. So whatever you want, whatever your pockets is looking like, you want the low quality, I got that. I got whatever it is that you need. Accessories by jsoul.com. So check out the website and support your boy, all right? I
yes.
appreciate y'all.
All right now. So until next Sunday,
Yeah, next
right?
Sunday at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Be sure to like, and also, guys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Let everybody know our new date and time.
Times, yes, please do.
Yes.
All
Thank you
right,
for the
so
comments. Everything.
we appreciate the lovers, your support. Be sure to, like I said, watch us next Sunday at 12, all right? Once
All right.
again, y'all been watching Spilling the Tea, where we bringing you tea without the honey, because
Cause
it
it
ain't
ain't
sweet.
sweet.
It ain't sweet at all, guys.
That's
Peace and
right.
love.
Stay
We'll see
safe.
y'all next Sunday. Y'all be easy out there.